Welcome, everybody.
Episode 5.
Holy.
5, yeah.
Episode 5 of Gross Domestic Nonsense. Welcome. I am going to start this podcast with the worst thing possible, which is a disclaimer, because compliance has been all over us, and we need to clean things up, apparently. So instead of cleaning things up, we are going to just say a bunch of words, and you guys are going to listen. So, the content of this podcast is for general information and education purposes only. It is not intended to provide specific, personalized advice, including, without limitation, to investment, financial, legal, accounting, and tax advice. This podcast does not constitute an offer or a solicitation to buy or sell any security, product, or services. Now that we got that out of the way.
Yeah, it's legal now. Yeah, it's official. Disclaimers. We operate in a world with a lot of compliance. You know, you got to do things by the book. It's very different in the United States. You hear just any guy who's made money be like, "Oh, this is what you're gonna do. You want to make money? This is how you do it. Buy a house, leverage the house, buy another house." Keep doing that. Rinse and repeat until you're rich.
Yeah, don't do that in Canada.
Yeah, I don't think we could if I tried.
You could try.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm struggling with step one. How do I get the first house? Nice. How was the weekend?
Weekend was busy. My wife was at a bachelorette party, so just me and two little girls. They won. They beat the crap out of me, man. They were up twice, both nights each. I'm running on very little sleep, but I'm here and I'm ready to talk about everything finance, baby.
Stories like that. That's my birth control. You know, that's all I need to hear. It was good. Hung out. Didn't do much. Enjoyed the weather, which was nice. We golfed on Friday, which was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun. I hadn't played in a while.
With Tyler Kite from Dwayne Gretzky. Amazing dude. Really nice guy.
Do you know Dwayne Gretzky? Have you ever heard of him? Yeah, it's his brother.
They're a cover band. They're phenomenal.
Yeah.
They destroy every other cover band.
Yeah, other than that, I didn't do a whole lot. I caught up on sleep. I slept for 11 hours.
That's more than I slept all weekend.
Yeah, it was great. I slept too much. I woke up and I was like, oh, I need a nap, you know? There is that limit of after 8 hours, I think 11 is pushing it.
Yeah.
You know?
This is a guy that's not married with no kids. That's
and sober as church, which is odd. I got that deep REM sleep. I had I've been having wild dreams lately. Like
that means you're in REM though.
Yeah, it's just you never want to wake up from those. I'm like, oh.
Depends on how wild.
Yeah, I was on a pretty cool roller coaster. I was just sitting there and they were like strapping me in. I was with a bunch of buddies and then I just kept they just couldn't get me like locked in properly.
Oh, that's the worst.
And so I never actually got to ride the ride. So I'm hoping next time I go to bed I get to see what it's about. Dreams are weird like that.
You've never been that good at finishing, you know?
Yeah. I'm not a finisher. A tale as old as time. So this episode we're going to talk about kind of the origins of Volpe Financial.
Who we are.
A lot of people, you know, you see us doing this, or you're listening, or you see the ads or Instagram posts, all that fun stuff, or you've heard of us, or you haven't and have no idea who we are. Volpe Financial. So this is obviously Brett Volpe.
That's me.
Yeah. How long? When did we open the doors here?
2017.
2017. 9 years. Almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years. Wow. Where does the time go? 10 years. And we're based out of Oakville. We got this new nice office last year, so we were just down the road. 2017. What did you do before you opened this business?
I was an advisor at Sun Life for 7 years. Before that worked downtown Toronto as a financial analyst. I would not recommend it. A lot of work for very little money, but got my Toronto experience. Spent every single dime that I made. Let's go back to our budget episode. Don't do that because it doesn't set you up very well for the future. And then, built a practice at Sun Life, parted ways with them April 2017. The way it works there is you basically have to sell your book back to them and restart. So we restarted everything in 2017. Best part about it, I didn't have to sell under one roof. So we weren't told what to sell. That was a problem that was happening at another company, is they're starting to tell us what to do, and we don't love that. We like to tell them what to do, and we like to do the best thing for our clients. So fired that up with my dad. We were basically all insurance at the beginning. And then we got our wealth license back in 2021, where we started building that side.
Nice. And when we say insurance, we don't mean home and auto insurance. Nope. It's a life insurance, critical illness, disability, as well as segregated funds. So that's
group benefits.
And group benefits, yeah. Health and dental. So you started that. You had enough of Sun Life. And it is, being in this business now, since you guys started, I've been here since they opened their doors. The idea of working for one company, your hands are tied no matter what. Like, yeah,
handcuffed.
I mean, you do work at a.
It's called a captive environment for a reason.
Hey, there you go. Very holding people hostage. Not to say that those certain companies don't all have great offerings, but
yeah,
there is something to know. Like, if there is something out there, whether it be an investment product, insurance product that better suits you, just being able to know that they're able to offer you that is kind of, it puts you to bed. You can get some sleep at night knowing that, like, you have explored all your options, right? Everybody, I'm with RBC. That's fantastic. RBC, biggest bank in Canada. But their hands are tied, and they are a business at the end of the day. And again, not to bash them or anything, but they are trying to sell RBC products, right? So, hey, come on. And they do
if it's a retail, on the retail side.
On the retail side. So, what's the difference between retail and
the retail side in any of our banks in Canada is when you walk into a branch, you go up to a teller, and then they say, you can talk to our planner. That's the retail side. They have a brokerage side, which would be, for RBC, would be wealth management. It used to be called Dominion Securities. That would be more similar to what we do, where they can explore outside.
Yeah, and I feel like the traditional banks, when I grew up, it was my parents taking me to TD Bank. You meet with an advisor, and I still believe it's like this. You sit with your advisor. They pair you up with somebody. Generally, it's somebody who's either been there since they started working, and
or have been there for 1 week,
or are fresh out of school. There's no kind of in between. You make your appointment, you meet them, you go through a questionnaire. Every questionnaire seems to be the same. Hey, how much money do you have? Are you new to investing? What's your timeline? And these are all great questions. And then they just take that information and slot you into whatever is the appropriate investment profile. And then they tend to, and this is only in my experience, tend to disappear until I need something. They've never come to my door and been like, even 3 months later, once I've established that they're my advisor, they're nothing but the name on my statement. So you do run into that idea of, they're getting funneled clients. These new people are coming in. They want to invest their money. But it's never been, again, in my experience, I'm sure there's plenty of great advisors in these spaces, but they haven't called me to be like, hey, let's review your portfolio. Not that there's been anything to review. But
your $5 is now $7, Gavin.
Yeah. You keep taking money out. What do you want to review, you clown? They fire me. TD gets rid of me. They're like, it's not going to work here, man.
Yeah.
It's not going to
work.
Head
down to CIBC.
Yeah. But it is kind of you are more susceptible to getting that cookie cutter. I'm in the door. Let's go through the rigmarole to begin, introduce ourselves, and then you invest accordingly or whatever you set up.
It's a game of numbers, right?
Yeah.
At a bank, is you're number 7 or you're number 1700. That's just the way it is. They're never going to turn anyone away because I don't think they're actually allowed to. With a firm like ours, personal ability is everything. We're not going to grow to have 4,000 clients because we physically could not manage it, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah. I'm always a sucker for anytime you sign up with a bank and they're like, come in and open up a savings account. We'll give you a free iPod Nano. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Give me that. And then you end up paying for it one way or another.
Side story, when I was in my previous employment at Sun, I had a client that left me because TD gave him a free iPad.
Hey.
They lost him 22%, and then he came back. And my question to him was, how's the iPad?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Dude, a deal's a deal. People want
he still got his
that.
iPad.
Yeah. He's lost his money.
Still a
He's
client
lost
to this
20
day, though.
iPods worth of money, but he's got an iPod. Yeah, tricks of the trade. They do that with everything. You know, like iPhone. Get the new iPhone on a contract, we pay no money down, and then now Bell owns me for the next 23 years. Oh, Bell's
That's
my
your
longest running-
amortization mortgage, is Bell.
Yeah. Well, again, back to financing anything. If you give me something up front, I'll give you $2 a month for the rest of my life. 100%. Okay.
Subscription God.
So you leave, and the idea behind opening up this shop was you're able to, have more control. At the end of the day, you wanted control. You didn't want somebody breathing over your neck. I don't think that's the saying. But
breathing over your
breathing
neck.
over your neck.
You could breathe down someone's neck. I
Breathing
didn't know you
down
could
your
breathe
neck.
over.
Breathing down your neck. Breathe over your neck.
Yeah. No, you look down their shoulders, breathe over their neck.
That's funny. So just being
Autonomy was the biggest part. We
Be
know
your own
that.
boss.
We want to. I've never been a good employee. I've only been employed twice in my life. Tim Hortons when I was 15. National Sports when I was 16. Got terminated from both of those because I'm just not a good employee. I do not listen very well.
Dude, I was a manager of a sport check, and I went away for 2 weeks, and I came back to my shift, and when I got to work, there was just a sign on the door that said, "This sport check is no longer open. It's closed
Is that the one
for
at
good."
town centers?
Yeah.
I remember
And I was
that.
like, if you maybe tell the manager that, A, I don't have a job, and B, I wouldn't have shown up, and I tried to call, the number's dead. I was like, cool, I'm unemployed now, but at least I stole a lot of merchandise from them.
Yeah, a couple free socks here and there.
Yeah, anybody wanted a Crosby jersey in
Back then, that was
2003.
real.
Yeah, it was like buy one, get one.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's the deal? I'm like, no, that's my deal. Come here. Yeah, you just got to stand like this so when I scan it. Yeah, they didn't know. Paying me peanuts. I also had a woman come in and be like, can I try on a bathing suit? And like, that's pretty gross. Like, she wanted to try on a bikini. And I'm like, well, you can't just put your junk on a, try on a bikini and then just give it back to me. Yeah, in it. Yeah, you can't do that. This is retail stories that I could go on about. But yeah, so control, you weren't a good employee.
No, I was not a good employee. I think I'm a decent employer. I guess we can ask this guy here, but I'm not great at taking direction. After that, I ran a painting franchise to get myself through university. Spent all that money as well, and then as I said, went to RBC and then went to Sun Life, which was the best thing I could have ever done. They provided an amazing trading regimen and got us to learn how to talk to people, and it was really all in all a positive experience. I can't say we left things that great. It was a
bad breakup.
It was a bad breakup, but no hard feelings. And then started this place, and honestly, I've never looked back. This place it brings a smile to my face every day. There's a ton of stress with running a business, but at the end of the day, we're helping people realize their dreams with their finances, which is amazing.
Yeah, so you've always had, even you running a painting business in university, like that's very ambitious, My university was just smoking dope and skipping school, but you've always had that.
I didn't do that, but I just did all the things.
That business acumen and wanting to run your own business was kind of already set in stone back then, and then you just figured, why not do it now?
Yeah, 100%. That's it.
Yeah, that's great. I started
let's get in. You know what we should get into? We opened up the doors in 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
One year later.
No, not 2018. So I was once upon a time. You're
what did you do before you were here?
Wait. What? So I was in operations at a advertising firm. So I did like operations, a bit of financials for a big advertiser here in Canada, who shall not be named, but they are the biggest. You'll see any billboard you see downtown Toronto, you'll see a sign, and that's the gentleman I worked for. And it was great. It was fine. I got paid next to nothing, and That's a tough pill to swallow when you're late 20s and you got all this
Living in
education.
Liberty at that time.
Yeah, Liberty Village. And so at the time, sorry, this past weekend you said your wife was at a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
Whose bachelorette party was it?
Your ex-fiance's.
My ex-fiance's. I was engaged. I dated Brett's sister for a long time.
Yeah. And then she smartened up.
Yeah, and then she smartened up. And so when I was working in advertising, I was with her for a long time, and we'd see the family all the time. I got to know Brett fairly well. And then we were at his place one time, and he was always kind of mentioning like, "Hey, you ever explore this job?" Or
wait, let me just preference the reason that I knew Gavin would be good for this job. If anyone who's listening knows this guy, is you can walk into any bar and he'll talk to 450 people in the first 20 minutes. So when I went out to a bar with him in Toronto for the first time, I just watched him. And then I was like, okay, we need
Man
this guy.
about town, baby. Yeah. I had a big network living in Toronto, especially if you think you're a little socialite and going out all the time. And
the ADD
at
helps
the bars,
too.
the ADD. Yeah. ADD paired with alcoholism. It's a wonderful combo. So he kind of said, "Hey, we're going to do this. This is what we're doing. We're opening this business. Would you want to be involved?" And I was like, you know what? And at that point, there was some job security at my old job, but again, not being paid kind of what I wanted to. There was a position over at that shop that I wanted that I didn't end up getting. And my time there was kind of coming to an end because I wanted more for myself. And the way Brett presented it was very enticing because it was like, hey, this isn't a 9 to 5. This is a build your own business. Kind of you're your own boss, obviously. It's his name, his company. You're representing them. But at the same time, I could draw from that network of people I knew to start to build my business, because this is getting your feet off the ground. Any business you do, whether you're producing podcasts, cutting lawns, you name it, the start of business ventures is generally the hardest. And then I also said at that time, I was like, hey man, business is business. Personal is personal. I'm with your sister. That means I don't want to. And mind you, at this point in time, your dad was heavily involved in the business. So it was like my girlfriend's brother and dad are opening up a business that I'm going to get involved in. So I was like, I would love to do it. I'm in. But at Christmas, I don't want to hear, how was business this week,
Where were you?
yeah, where were you? Why'd you do this? The numbers aren't where they should be, yada, yada, yada. So the long and the short of it,
we still did that. We still did that every time.
I have since, many years ago, split up with his sister. God bless her. Love her to death. And I'm very happy she's getting married. Yep. She's actually getting there this time.
Yeah.
She almost, I would say we got close, but we really didn't. But it was also when people are like, really? You still work with the family? Alex and I finished on pretty good terms, and we're still friends. So it was never like a situation where they're like, yo, her family hates you because you cheated on her or beat her or something like that. Like, no, it's nothing like that. And actually, it's such a good scenario because when these guys brought me on board, it was the education I got from them being in the industry for so long went such a long way in such a short amount of time. So to be able to see them do what they do and kind of mentor me and bring me into the business, it gave me a sense of security. And I was like, oh, I know this. I know this is a valuable commodity. What they provide here, what we do here is a great service to people. I've had bank accounts before. I've invested before. So to know you're actually helping people at the ground level and getting them, helping them get to their goals faster, their financial goals, the insurance side of things. That was kind of what I was like, oh, this isn't just a pyramid scheme. Like, what am I selling? What's a pyramid scheme? Everybody. Primerica is, yeah. Everybody had that one buddy who's like, yo, dude, you guys got to come to this thing, man.
Yeah. Say, like, do you want to be your own boss?
Yeah. Or those hair products.
You just have to buy 5 products, and then you get to start, and then you can sell the 5 products.
Yeah, and if you sell a bunch, you get to go to Cancun.
But you have to pay for it.
Yeah, so there was the adjustment of coming on board, but since then, it's just been so great. We've grown here organically. We haven't been, we've grown through referrals. Our Google reviews are through the roof. We've won awards. And it's all based on, essentially, you've had a plan and to see how you've grown this business to where it is. We're in a beautiful, fancy office downtown Oakville. This guy just bought a car that costs the amount of my next condo. But to see how you've grown it, and we've grown it here, but by doing well by people. That's a whole thing that...
Yeah, you learn in this industry, and it's something, I'm not gonna lie, I probably lost touch with a little bit when I was at Sun Life, but starting your own business, it's just, stakes are way higher. Because if I don't succeed, my kids don't eat. Like it's super simple. And when I started this business, my wife was still in school too, so there was no other income. That also, I'm not gonna lie, that drives you really far forward in life when you have to make money or else you have no money.
Of course.
With a family or a budding family at that time. But to go back to it, doing right by your clients will always get you farther than trying to do something quickly just because you can get it done. And a proof is in the pudding. It's our clients are happy for a reason. And it's because we actually care about their success. Because I'm not going to lie, their success is also tied to us. We're very close-knit tied with everything we do. If we were to fail them, we fail ourselves as well.
Yeah, of course. And I think that when you get into this business or start in this business, there are so many opportunities to, everybody says, oh, I'm in sales, I'm selling something. And when you have a product that kind of is built into our culture and a necessity at the end of the day for people, it does help you go to work and try to help people with a clean conscience, because there are certain times, especially in this industry, and having done it for 10 years now, you see when people set things up for a certain client, and you look at this, like somebody will bring over their portfolio or bring over their assets, and you'll be able to take a look at it and say, hey, the only reason you have this is because that advisor got a big old commission check from said investment or said policy or whatever it may be, which is...
This isn't everyone, but this does happen.
It does happen, of course. And there is that kind of low-hanging fruit, and especially when you're starting off, like I said, me personally, of course I want to make money, but by the mentorship you guys provided, it really did me a service, because I saw that you wanted to do your job well. Sure, making money is fantastic, but at the end of the day, you're putting the client first, whether that means waiting to do something, whether that means telling them, hey, this isn't for you. Sure, it would have made me X amount of dollars, but hey, that's not the name of the game here, right? We want people to have be comfortable with us, earn our trust. If you come over to a new advisor that you've never met and you're like, hey, this is my hard-earned money. Yeah. Number one, it has to be trust. So you're selling, I'm selling myself, but also I'm jumping at the opportunity to work for you, right? And that's kind of a big deal, especially when it comes to this industry.
But that is, what you said is really key, is we're selling, you see the fox in that logo? That fox stands for Volpe. Volpe in Italian is fox. If anyone didn't know that. Forza Ferrari. This is what we're selling. We're selling, you're investing in us. Like if it's Gavin as the advisor, you're investing in Gavin. At the end of the day, he's going to build a product shelf for you that's going to be amazing for your family, but you're investing in Gavin. You have to trust Gavin. And it has to go the other way as well. I mean, Gavin has to trust the client that's coming in, because if you don't have that relationship, it'll just never work.
Yep. And we also, so when people onboard with us, we've made it past the first step. Here's my assets, all that. Now I know that I'm working for somebody. I need to prove myself. I've always, I have skin in the game. I want to see you succeed, because essentially you're going to have a good old time with Volpe Financial or investing with Gavin, that you're going to go tell your friends. You're going to go tell your mom and dad. You're going to spread the word, and then that's going to come back to me. And I think we've done a very good job of doing that very organically. Yep. Now we have people calling us. Yep. Again,
we don't solicit. We've never believed in soliciting at all. So it's been like, we do a little bit of online marketing. That's it. It's almost like you have to. Yeah. But you're right. Word of mouth is our entire word. Like, it's the name of the game.
And we don't live in a world of cold calling per se anymore.
No.
Cold
I did it for
calling.
7 years
Yeah.
of Sun Life. I got my ass handed to me
Yeah.
night in, night out. I'd go home, my wife would be like, "You okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not okay." Now I gotta go make some calls.
Cold calling or door knocking is such an insufferable way to get your business off the ground. Of course, in certain industries, it is necessary, and there's more times than not, there's nothing negative that's going to come from it. You know, I think we sent a envelope to a gentleman's house during COVID.
No, one of our old advisors did that, and then he gave us a 1-star review because the envelope must have had bacteria on it because it was during COVID. Now the kicker is this past advisor, he left a little thing of Purell with the envelope saying, like as a gesture. Didn't mention anything about the Purell in the review.
Purell could also be contaminated.
Yeah, you got to wash the Purell first.
You gotta wash the bottle with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not that firm that I do believe cold calling, and if you do have numbers and you want to call and just introduce yourself, that's one thing.
Yeah.
And the art of cold calling, I think nowadays, obviously there's plenty of careers where your job is you're given a list, you have to go down the list, call all the people, go through the script, all that fun stuff. But I think in terms of developing your ability to communicate with strangers in any scenario, cold calling is the way to go, because you have to get used to people telling you to go fuck yourself in a way. You know, I could call 1,000 people. They could all be telling me, yeah, go take a hike, bud. But at least the conversation will be pleasant, I'd like to think. Right? And I think
98% of the time.
that the newer generation, you know, we're built on it. We text everything. Oh, hey, I'm here. Like, heaven forbid you get out of your car and knock on a door to pick somebody up. Cold calling.
Chivalry is dead.
Chivalry is dead.
Cold calling is basically in university when you're trying to pick up women.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You're gonna get told no, but you know, every once in a while you'll get a maybe.
And it is cold calling is a necessity to when you're building a business, because you need to get. Nobody knows who you are. How do you get it out? You can't just hope they see your Facebook ads or hope they see your Instagram ads. Making that initial contact is great.
Yeah.
And then it comes back down to a numbers game, right? You call 10,000 people. 3 of them tell you to call back, and then 1 of them tells you to call back a 3rd time, and then maybe you get their business. And if you haven't quit by then, hey, you got yourself a client.
Yeah. And then it's all worth it.
Yes. And I think that we've done a good job of providing a great service that people like. And then the proof, like you said, the proof is in the pudding. We've got the Google reviews to show for it, and they're all earnest and honest, and we don't take those lightly, right?
No. Our Google reviews they mean everything to us. It's amazing that like any client to go above and beyond and write something about you after you've provided them a service is insane, because I don't have any time. No one has any time anymore for anything. So it means a lot.
Also ask for Google reviews when the market's ripping.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
That's the funniest part I've found about this job is, you know, since I've started, there was a retail collapse.
Yeah, you had 2018,
2020, COVID, 2022 inflation, 2025 Tariff City or Liberation Day. I'm like, when's the Roaring 20s gonna come? You know, but the markets have been fairly strong despite all that. They've bounced back.
Yeah.
But you'll have clients who, you know, when Doomsday comes around, they're like, oh, I'm down 7%. I'm like, yeah, but where were you when we were up 30%? You weren't calling me. And that's just part of the game.
Yeah,
but
which is totally fine.
What have you done for me lately? And
That's the mission statement of this industry. What have you done for me lately? Which is cool. We provide a service.
yeah, and going back to the retail advisors not reaching out to you, when there are major fluctuations in the market, you know, the news, everybody's very media heavy world. Everybody's watching the news 24/7, whether it's on social media or the actual news. There's all these headlines that people are talking about. So we go out of our way and we do our job by broaching those subjects with our clients, reaching out to them and be like, hey, Mr. and Mrs. whatever, just with everything going on in the market today, in the world, the war, oil prices, this or that, I think it's a good time to just jump into a quick call. We'll review your situation, and any questions you have, feel free to ask us, because that's what we're doing every day, is listening and watching all this stuff and trying to get a rein on how it's going to impact our money.
100%. Ears are everything in an industry. Even if it comes down to the client itself, if an advisor is talking the whole time and not listening, you're probably not going to get great advice, because it's going to be cookie cutter. If you want tailored advice, an advisor should be sitting there for at least 30 minutes, not speaking, and just listening to what they have to say.
I've had, and also here if you decide you wanted to try Volpe Financial, you want to give us a go. In a year's time, if you're not happy with our service, there's nothing preventing you from taking your money and walking.
Yeah.
And there's no fees or charges that sometimes you do get with the bank. People will move money from a bank over to us, and they'll be like, "Hey, I was charged $150. Okay, cool. We'll cover that." But on the alternative is, it's you. There's no contractual agreement for you to stick around. So that's why, again, we have skin in the game. We want to do right by you. The more money you make, at the end of the day, is the more money we make. So we want everybody to win. And we're in it together.
100%. I think really quickly before we end, we should probably talk about everyone else we added to the company.
Yeah.
Joining at the same time as Gavin was Riaz Hanif. He's our director of operations. He keeps this place in line. Without Riaz, we are sunken. And Gavin doesn't know when his next appointment is.
Yep. God bless Riaz.
He started as an advisor, did really well, but I'm not going to lie, I looked at him one day and I said, we need more help on the operations side. We're growing rapidly, but we do not have the support we need. And he said, you know what, I got this, and stepped into the role and has absolutely dominated it. So thank you to Riaz. And then in 2024, we added Roberto, who's an associate advisor, kind of like Gavin, obviously more junior, and has been focusing on family financial planning and is absolutely killing it.
Yep.
Which is amazing. Our administrative assistant is Erin. She is phenomenal, super lovely. If you try to make an appointment or you call in to try to get an appointment with us, you will speak with her and you will be pleasantly surprised every time. And then back office, we have Olga, who is my lead trader. She does all the trades for our clients. She is an absolute shark and you cannot mess with her. But she will get a trade done in 4 milliseconds. So she's vital to the company.
Yep.
Finally, the newest addition is my wife, Megan, who was brought on as the chief financial officer, because we're really good at doing financial plans and helping with books, and we are really bad at doing it ourselves because we have no time again at the end of the day. So we had to bring in a professional to get this done, and we were very lucky to have her. And I have to say, I'm extremely lucky to have everyone in this company, Gavin included, surprisingly. He's an incredible advisor, and you guys should probably give him a call and find out how good he is.
Yeah, now that your wife works here, it's a matter of time before we get an HR department.
Well, it's currently Riaz is in charge of HR, but Meg has had some thoughts.
Amen. Sweet, yeah. So that's just a little bit about us, a little bit about how we got started. Hopefully we answered some questions you might have about us, but feel free to visit our website. The Google reviews are there. Reach out. Our numbers are on the website. Anything else?
No, that's good.
Sweet.
Enjoy, everyone. Have a good week.
Cheers.